taking people's jobs.
I tell you right now.
Love it.
I'm telling you right now. He has the perfect attitude. Now he has to have the perfect action. He got to bag it up. There's a lot of this in the league, but I like it. I like that mental attitude. I like going in with that chip in your shoulder. But now I got to see it. And he has the potential to be a good receiver this year. Make some plays, and I'm excited to see what he can do. But right now, have that thought in your head. And now I want to see it put into action.
He's never going to be a one. I don't think anybody's looking at him as he's going to be the next Calvin or he's going to be the next Herman Moore or anything. He's just a rock solid potential NFL wide receiver.
And then I haven't done enough film watching on him, but the plays that I have seen is more so him catching it in the end zone or catching it for a big play. I want to see what he can do yards after the catch. That's what I want to see. He's a good concentration.
Yeah.
Great job tracking down the ball. And these are the plays I want to see. Boom. This right here.
That's a tough man.
Tough guy. And these are the plays I want to see him do. Come on now. And when I watched him, I kind of compare him to like more of a Golden Tate, a tough receiver.
Yep.
Might not be a one, but like a great hands, tough guy, not afraid to go across the middle. Like I think that's the type of attitude he has. So I'm excited to see him play.
Absolutely. I mean that's the beauty of it. And
the day he got drafted, the very next day it had like a video of him in the garage catching passes.
Yep.
And so that's the type of attitude and the type of work ethic we're going to need here. Yeah.
What motivated you? Kennedy asked this question in our what's the word I'm looking for? Our planner. What motivated you? Script, whatever it is. What motivated you we got the Human Zoo going on. Hi, ladies. Hi, there's Mike Broadwell, and there's a couple nice ladies. Yeah. It's a Human Zoo.
Look at that.
If you feed me, I'll do tricks. What's amazing, though, Joik, is for you, and we've talked about this before, you had 2 strikes against you. You had 2 strikes against you going into the National Football League. You did. Yeah.
What was the 2 strikes?
Wayne State, Division II. Mm-hmm. No. I mean, people are so gosh damn short-sighted. It drives me out of my mind. Mm-hmm. If you can play, right? Mm-hmm. So those were the undrafted Division II kid. How much of that was motivation?
Well, it was motivation, but the biggest motivation I got was when I went to Alabama. I think it was Florence, Alabama for the Harley Hill ceremony.
Okay.
So right before the championship. Yep. And at the time Shannon Sharp was going into the Hall of Fame, and he had to give a speech before they announced the winner of the Harley Hill Trophy. And so I remember him saying that once you make it to the NFL, or once he made it to the NFL, it was no amount of work any coach can make him do to make him want to go back to his old circumstances. So he was willing to do anything to be the best. And I remember him saying that once he got there and he got on the football field, he said, it's just football now. There's no more hiding. You can't hide your talent. He said, once the paycheck doesn't matter, what college you went to doesn't matter. Once you get your opportunity, take full advantage of it. And so when I made it to the NFL, I always had that in the back of my head, in the back of my mind. Another thing that a coach, Sam Gash, when I went to the Senior Bowl, he said there's only 2 things in football you can control, your effort and your attitude. You can't control opportunity. And so I always had that in the back of my head. I can't control when I can play, but when I get my chances, I'm going to make the most of them.
And he was with the Lions at the time.
So the Senior Bowl, we had the whole Lions coaching staff.
Yeah,
and
I remember.
And so they were able to get a close look on me before a lot of the other teams. And so I'm taking all this knowledge and wisdom, and I'm going into my rookie year, my rookie mini camp with that mindset of, the Patriots took my contract away. They gave it to someone else. This was the next best option, which people didn't understand why I went there. And when I look at it, I'm like, I thought it was a bad deal, but it ended up working out for me because if I don't go there, I might not end up back here in Detroit. And so everything happens for a reason, but I always had that in the back of my mind. Like C.J. Spiller was drafted first round there. You had Ben Tate got drafted before me. You had Javid Best drafted before me. You had LeGarrette Blount drafted before me. We had, the list, Jonathan Dwyer went before me. Like Jonathan Dwyer went before me. So I'm just looking like, I'll put up over 8,000 yards in my career. Well, 100 touches. I mean, I can't get drafted to one. Are these numbers not good enough for you, NFL? 100 touchdowns in a collegiate career? That's not good. And so, and this is in a D2. They count your playoff games.
Sure.
They count those yards for the regular season and those touchdowns. And so I'm top 10 in NCAA history in all these different categories, from rushing yards to all-purpose yards to touchdowns, and I don't even get 6th round or 5th round. And so that was always in the back of my head. And so I went through the preseason playing with that chip on my shoulder, and it showed. And so yes, that's.
Are you pissed off to this day you didn't get drafted? I
No.
was told definitively that you were going to be drafted by somebody. I know I told you this before.
You never told me this.
Yeah. So, somebody asked me, they said, how's his 40? And I know I told you this. We had this conversation before. But I was told, somebody thought, do you remember there was an article, there was like a USA Today article. I don't know if you remember that. And people were saying, this Joyke Bell out of Wayne State, what a great story, et cetera, et cetera. And one of my buddies who was at the combine was like, he's going to get drafted. So I assume. Now, you weren't going to be in the first few rounds.
No.
I mean, I think you knew that
This
better
is what
than
I was told. This is what I was told. The teams just want to see you run a 4.5. If you can run a 4.5, you'll get drafted.
That's exactly what I was
And
told.
I was at 4.6.
I told you that.
And I was at 4.6.
And I said people are short-sighted because, in my opinion, you psych yourself out when you're playing the 40, and what people don't see is real speed.
Yeah, so.
And I watched you chase down cheetahs and jaguars and lions, and I was like, yeah, you're going to be pissed off at yourself that you didn't draft him.
Yeah, but and you look at the process they go through when they're evaluating these players. Some things you can't evaluate by just going to a combine and watching them do. Who came up with this? Like, if you jump this far, if you run this fast, you're going to be a great football. Like, so I don't get that. But this is what they've come up with. These are the numbers they've come up with. And so we're going to go off of it. Certain plays and games, that's why a lot of these scouts, they have to do more research with watching film and watching guys in the game to see how pivotal these guys are in, I guess, in game situational football. Right? And, a guy getting a first down and staying in bounds, or versus, a guy running the ball and 4-minute offense where he's not trying to get yards, and now his yard per carry goes down for that game. And now you won't watch that game because his numbers isn't great that game, but it's certain plays in those games you need to watch. And but yeah, it's a lot of stuff like that. But
it's gotta piss you off.